How's it everyone? This is Lolcohol, and in today's video we're going to be making a pair of cast on crit boots. Subtractum made these in a video recently. I've been putting it off and he beat me to it, but with his blessing we're going to be making a similar pair of boots. I will link his video in the description, but we're going to be doing it slightly differently and I'll explain what we're going to do as we do it. So the first one we're looking for is cooldown recovery rate, which is going to be elevated. You get that on Shaper or Crusader, I believe, boots. And then on the other one, we're going for elevated Tailwind, and then we'll get some movement speed and some other nice stuff. But to start off, we're going to be, I think, just chaos spamming for cooldown recovery rate. By the way, if you sell boots like this, identify them first, because sometimes you can actually get something pretty useful. I actually once identified a pair of boots like this that I bought with cooldown recovery rate and another mod, pre-prepared for elevation, saved me a few X. But to start off, so we can either chaos spam for cooldown recovery rate, which is about a 1 in 50, or you can use alterations, which is a bit cheaper, but it takes a little bit longer. I'm not going to alteration spam because I'm not going to imprint it, and I will explain why as I do it. There we go. Super easy to hit. So here's cooldown recovery rate. Now, traditionally what we would do now to get a second influence modifier is to lock suffixes, reforge fire with full suffixes. That guarantees an influenced prefix. But I'm going to try something a bit different this time around. I'm actually going to head over to the Hoarder crafting station, reforge fire more common, and see if maybe we can get that modifier this way and then use Recombinators. Wait, we got cooldown. That's not right. Actually, instead of using Harvest, we're going to use some Scorch Fossils, see if we can get it that way. Looking for that prefix. Yes, unaffected by burning ground. That's what I was looking for. All right, cool. So we can do that. Now we can attempt to submerge. And over here we have this. So on the one, we've got 4 modifiers. This one, we've got 4 modifiers. We're, as usual, going to try and match up what we can. You know what we can do? We can do this. We can craft fire res on this. That'll match the fire res on the other one. So this has now got 5 mods in the suffix pool. One of them is doubled. And then over here, we can craft, I think, movement speed. Yeah. And now what we're hoping for is cooldown recovery rate, unaffected by burning ground. Let's see if we get it. This is all in preparation for the... Yeah. Yay, we got it. Okay, so we didn't have to lock suffixes reforge fire, but now there's a very specific reason that I am going for that burning ground mod. If we fail this elevation, this burning ground mod will become unaffected by burning, I think, and that mod on its own sells for about 4x. So I was using these boots, actually crafting them, and every time I was failing to elevate cooldown recovery rate and instead elevating that burning ground mod, I was making a profit because I would sell those boots for about 5x. So Orb of Dominance, this is going to lower the tier of one of the influence modifiers and upgrade the tier of the other. We're looking to upgrade the tier of cooldown recovery rate, but if we fail, which we didn't, it would have been okay because we could have sold the boots. So cool. First pair of boots, done. Now what's next? Now we have a pair of sorcerer booties. What are we going to do on these? Well, I want to imprint these. This mod is fairly hard to hit. Takes a lot of alterations. So the best way to improve our odds is to go do this. We're going to head over to the menagerie, create an imprint. Can only do this on magic items. It essentially gives you an undo button. And now what we want to do is annul off that prefix. If we fail, which we did, we can just undo, create another imprint, fail again. Each one of these is 1x. Oh my god, stop.
Truly a survivor.
Yay, we did it. Oh no, I left it there. And we're gonna go suffixes cannot be changed. Cool. Now we're gonna go back and imprint these again. Imprint. Yes.
Is complete.
And now what can we do? So in order to force on a second influence modifier, because this modifier is quite expensive and if I lose it, I'll be sad. That's why we're not doing the Recombinator technique with this, but we can go Reforge Attack. This is going to guarantee a second influence modifier. As you can see, we hit stupid boots. As you can see, we hit chance to avoid bleeding, chance to avoid being poisoned. However, we also hit ignites you, inflict, deal damage faster. Now, we don't want to just hit this with an Orb of Dominance because it could elevate the wrong mod. You only want to have 2 influence modifiers before you use this thingy. So we have to go for an annul. And we did. Yeah, great. Okay, cool. We hit the right mod. So now this only has 2 influence modifiers. So now, Orb of Dominance, same thing. We're hoping to elevate the Tailwind. If we fail, well, we've got our undo button. So we hit it. Okay, we hit it first time. Great. So if we had hit the wrong one, we would have undone that and then just done it again from the beginning, saving a few Exalty orbs. So now we have our 2 boots. What are we going to do? Well, we're going to apply the one modifier to the other. I'm sure you know by now. Awakened Orb is going to destroy the first item I click. Apply one of the influence modifiers and the influence to the other one, and then reroll the rest of the items. So this pair of boots is going to have cooldown recovery rate elevated, an elevated Tailwind, and then the rest will be rerolled. We're hoping for either an open suffix or a good suffix. Let's see what happens. No! Why do we always get sudden block recovery? Do we annul? Do we annul? Do we anal? 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 Ah! No! Okay, we braked it. Okay, we go back to the drawing board. I wasn't happy with that. Okay, we start again. We start again. I'll speed through this. This is gonna be a any percent speed run. We're going for cooldown recovery rate. Okay, we have one. Okay, cooldown recovery rate. We're gonna do it the original way. Suffixes cannot be changed. Nope, not that. Yeah. Reforge Fire. Get that prefix. Unaffected by burning ground. Quickly elevate. Yep, we did that. Okay, now over here we have a pair of Tailwind boots. We're gonna lock suffixes and reforge. Shut up. Reforge attack. Got the second influence modifier. Elevate the Tailwind. Easy, quick. Run over here. Go grab the Orb of Dominance. No. Awaken his Orb. Click this one. Click that one. There we go. Ah, we got Chaos Res. Much better. Cool. Whew. So, Chaos Res? I'm sure that's useful for some cast on crit builds. If you're not, maybe if you're doing like a low life cast on crit or something like that. Or possibly, I don't know, maybe if you are playing CI cast on crit, that's a useless suffix. However, I'm not complaining about it. Chaos Res, always useful unless you're CI. So now what's the next step? Next step is going to be getting our prefixes. There's a few things we could do. We could lock our suffixes and then reforge defense or life until we get a good life mod. Or what we could do is this. Suffixes cannot be changed. And then just slap it with a Veiled Chaos. So our suffixes are safe. Here we get a Veiled Prefix. We can go Mana. Mana is generally the thing you want to block. There you go. Jun.
The picture is
Unveil Onslaught or something. A. So this is a pretty nice unveil. Some builds will prefer the onslaughty thing, but I'm going to stick with this. And now what do you do to finish this off? Well, just slam on tier 1 life. Yeah, like that. And then you're done. Head over to the crafting bench and finish it off with, I don't know, cannot be frozen? There's a lot of stuff we could do. Energy shield? Yeah, now it's a hybrid low life pair of boots. Okay, let's, I mean, these definitely need to be divined. You do want to get that increased effect of Tailwind at 25%. What is happening? These boots. And now let's give it a price check, I think. All right. Okay, so here we have 80 life, movement speed. We can put that at 25%, and then increased effect of Tailwind. We could put this at any percent, actually. Preferably 25, and then cooldown recovery rate 16, just to indicate that it is elevated. Let's check the trade site. So these boots are pretty similar. These are, yep, 30 exalted orbs. This is definitely the prefix I would go for, but I haven't found it yet. So cannot be frozen. Great modifier. Seems like, yeah, alternatively, what I think a lot of people would want, and I made a pair of boots like this earlier in the league, is something like this. As I said, a lot of cast and crit builds are going to be CI, meaning that they're going to go for energy shield instead of life, and these sell for a lot. So I would say these ones probably worth in the realm of about 30 or 40x, especially if you're doing for some weird reason like a hybrid low life build, but that's how you do it. You can get that elevated Tailwind, elevated cooldown recovery, and then get your unveiled movement speed with the veiled chaos, and then just slam on tier 1 life, I guess. Anyway, have a wonderful day, everyone. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. Have a wonderful day. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.
For the KALGUUR! For the KALGUUR! For the KALGUUR!